Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syervina with student identification number 2102216. And in this risk and disaster management course, I will present the result of review paper with the title Social Resilience and Disaster Resilience, a strategy in disaster management effort based on big data analysis in Indonesian Twitter user. The result of the background. The problem behind this research is that Indonesia is a country with the potential for frequent disaster, both natural and social disaster. The background of this research problem is to analyze public perception of the cause of disaster, disaster management effort, and actors involved in disaster. This research is important to identify effective disaster management strategies in Indonesia, which is a country prone to research purpose. The research aims to analyze social resilience and disaster resilience in Indonesia using big data from Twitter. The research aims to identify perception about the cause of disaster, understand disaster management effort, identify actors involved in disaster, analyze the relationship between social resilience and disaster resilience, and formulate disaster management strategies. Research method used in this study involves text analysis, data visualization, and SWOT analysis to identify disaster cause and formulate strategies. The type of research conducted is qualitative research with a focus on analyzing public perception of disaster. The main data source used is data from Twitter that contain information about disaster and disaster management effort in Indonesia. Data analysis was performed using MAXKDA software for the text analysis and JP for data visualization. The research subject in this case are the public who actively use the Twitter platform to share information and opinions related to disaster in Indonesia. Indonesia is a country with the potential for frequent disaster, both natural and social disaster. Indonesia is divided into several ethnic groups that have a variety of different beliefs and culture and different culture. Indonesia's natural and cultural diversity affect its social resilience condition. Social resilience is the ability of social entities to overcome, survive, and or recover from threats, challenges, obstacles, disturbances that come from within and outside. Another opinion states that resilience discusses the social environment, economic condition, infrastructure institution and nature, and in which there are community gathering place, social support, knowledge and risk, and a sense of community. Social resilience is also a willingness to manage natural resources based on assumption and concrete evidence in the environment. Social resilience and disaster resilience are two concepts that are interrelated and influence each other. Disaster resilience can be defined as the ability to return quickly from pre-disaster condition to optimal post-disaster condition. The concept of disaster resilience is generally recognized as an important tool to describe the ability of organization to recover from the impact of disaster and unexpected event. The level of social resilience of a community can affect the community ability to cope with and recover from the impact of disaster. Conversely, disaster can affect a community level of social resilience. Therefore, effective strategies are needed to improve social resilience and optimize disaster resilience on strategy. On the strategy that can be used is to utilize internet service through social media data. Based on data from Indonesian Internet Service Provider Association or APGII collected in 2021, there are 210,026,769 people connected to the internet out of a total population of 272,600 people. Thus, as many as 77202 Indonesians use the internet. One of the social media that can be used for data analysis is Twitter. Twitter data is an example of a real-time data source in the real world that can present community narratives such as narrative about disasters. Social media is closely related to information-seeking behavior related to a phenomenon that occurs. The role of social media as a solution to find out this information. Social media can also be used to analyze a situation. Research the result based on the result of the study through analysis using big data, an overview of the strong relationship between social resilience and disaster resilience in Indonesia can be obtained. The relation between all measured data from six clusters. The strong relationship in this disaster discussion is shown starting from the relationship between the leaders of government institutions and security force, disaster preparedness and disaster response attitude, disaster education, disaster preparedness and disaster response attitude, disaster education and educator. Through analyzing the relationship between social resilience and disaster resilience and resilience to disaster, formulate strategies in disaster management consisting of the use of effective learning models, strategies, and media to improve the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor abilities of students who work disaster in various units and level of education by means of providing preaching and lecture by religious leaders about ecological disaster failures, increasing the use of sustainable technology in disaster management, providing and facilitating access to literacy about disaster management for the community, conducted disaster training and simulation intended for students and the general public, holding joint activity forum in the religious field, and inserting content that teaches positive things such as tolerance, anti-fanatism, mutual cooperation, and other. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.